Hey family, my name is Rochelle, and I'm an avid traveler who has been to over 40 countries, including 11 African nations. I recently solo backpacked from Southern Africa to North Africa, searching for my new home. And honestly, this journey changed my life and opened my eyes to the world of possibilities on the continent. Today, I'm going to be discussing my journey through Eswatini, including these topics. So let's get into it. So I want to start by talking about my journey through Eswatini and how I got to Eswatini. So I landed in Johannesburg after traveling in Southern Africa and also Lesotho for about a few weeks. I decided to take a bus to Eswatini, and it was only about a 5 or 6 hour ride. And when I got to Mandini, I just got in a car with this random taxi driver that was at the bus station. I didn't have any data, and I did also, my bread and breakfast that I was staying at didn't have a sign outside of their, business because they told me that they weren't registered as a business yet. But anyways, so yeah, it was real confusing when I first got to the bus station, but eventually, I made it to my bread and breakfast, and I was able to start planning my trip. I asked my bread and breakfast, staff if they knew anybody that did tours, if they knew anybody that, did even transportation, because when I got there, I also realized that the transportation system was just it was just like almost like community based. Like it's very difficult for a foreigner to just go to Manzini and understand the transportation system and even be able to navigate the language barrier to be able to take the buses locally. So I realized early on that I would have to hire a driver. I was researching, trying to find a driver for weeks before my trip. I was trying to find tours online for weeks before my trip, but it honestly seemed nearly impossible. So I really had no choice but to wait until I got there to really see if I could find, tour operators, tour guides. So luckily they were able to help me, and I booked a tour to a local cultural village. I also went to Hlane National Park, and I also found another city called Shula, and I booked a excursion in Shula Mountain Camp, which I'm going to be talking about at the end because that was the last thing that I did. That was the last city that I went to. So when I got to Manzini, I was like, okay, this is a nice city. It was like kind of a little mini metropolis. It's busy. It was bustling. It's not the main city. It's not the capital of Eswatini, but it was still, very bustling and very busy, and everybody is going about their, business. It was up and active, So I booked a driver to take me to Hlane National Park. So I am on my way to Hlane National Park, and I'm super excited. This is one of the biggest national parks in Swaziland, so let's go.
Naturally, some can be fed like meat, but most of them here is traffic. So elephants they split the bark of the trees while they stick in the barks.
symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, mutualism. By both animals and genetics.
Completely natural. Even the lions.
And sometimes you may find medicine from this flower. There is a medicine here. If it is still inside. So long ago, the Bushmen, they were using this type of grass when they're having a problem with their eye, putting this as an eye drop, squeezing.
And what is the name of that?
Then Bushman eye drop.
So I didn't get to see the lions and, you know, the tigers and all that stuff, but I was able to see several animals, including rhinos, antelope, giraffes, and many other. I even saw a wildebeest. It was crazy. So I was really excited to go to that safari. I loved it. It was once in a lifetime, and I'm grateful that I was able to go to even a safari in Eswatini, because that's something that a lot of people can't say that they've done. I know Tanzania is very popular, even South Africa is very popular, but not a lot of people go to safaris in Eswatini, so it was an amazing experience. I also went to Mantenga Cultural Village. Okay guys, so I am approaching Mantenga Cultural Village. Today we're going to be visiting the waterfall. We're going to be going on a tour around the village, and also they're going to be doing a performance, a cultural dance, which I'm really excited about.
Purchase your tracks today.
It's not clear.
Maybe just where the cars are.
the natural materials such as the grass and the sticks. We cut the trees while they were young, fresh and wet, since they were easily bent, so that they give us the shape of the houses. As you can see that all these houses are of a round shape. We use those trees which does not give us fruits. In the past, there were no cement, so in making the floor, women go collected termite heap soil, crush it with a round stone, which is found next to the river. When they see that now it's getting dusty, they entered the cow's kraal, collect the fresh cow dung, then smear the floor. Culturally, when entering a Siswati home, you shout at the entrance, saying Ekaya. Ekaya means home. By shouting Ekaya, you are seeking for recognition and to be given permission to enter the home. Men and women did not sit together during the day because there will be women's talk at the kitchens and male's talk at the men and the boys' place. So if entering the home, if maybe you were a woman, women used to go by the windbreakers. Windbreakers are these made of reeds so that they easily find women at the kitchen. But if you were a male used to go by the kraal so that they easily find males at the men and the boys' place. This is a home of one man who married 2 wives. Yes, because in our culture, a man can marry as many wives as he can, as long as the man has got many or enough cows to pay the price and support the family. Yes, because we Eswatini, we view the cows as a symbol of wealth. Having more cows symbolizes that you are rich, but having few symbolizes that you are poor. Then we have got that house. That's the girls' bedroom. The young women, 6 years old, they leave their parents' bedrooms to sleep there for the sake of their parents' privacy. But during the day, they are free to go help their mothers in the kitchens.
What do you say when you enter?
No, we don't shout at the main entrance.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
this is the grandmother's hut, the most important hut in the home. Every talks of the home being held inside here. They used to sleep on top of grass mats, use cow skins as blankets. If it's getting cold, they make fire at the center of the house. They were doors to close only at night. During the day, it was left open for fresh air to circulate. Then this is the husband's bedroom. When the husband sleep alone, the second wife is in the right position next to the husband's bedroom because in our culture, the grandmother is at the center in between the 2 wives, at the right position as well because if it happens that the 2 wives don't see eye to eye, maybe they have disagreements or conflicts, they easily make up. Father wife and husband in the right position as well because first wife knows everything. Even if it happens that the grandmother in the home dies, first wife will just the
So, ummiso is the dance done during the marriage time. Then after ummiso, you will watch sipata. Sipata is the foot stamping dance done by men and boys. Usually the boys, they used to do this type of dance when they are looking after the cows. So when they meet with another boys, they just group themselves so that they can compete with another boys. Then after that, ladies and gentlemen, you'll watch Ingadla. Ingadla is the dance done by unmarried girls because they just lifted up their legs to show that they are still not yet married.
This is Mantenga.
Okay, Mantenga Falls. We're almost there. I was able to see their cultural dances. I was able to even see the other travelers participate with them and dance with them, which was super cool. I did a little walk around tour of their cultural village, and I got to learn about some of their past and present cultural values and traditions. And it was very intriguing. I love seeing their natural built houses and The tour guide, he did say some things that was very interesting to me. As a Western woman, I guess, an African American woman, I do understand that there's a lot of things about African culture that is very different from how I was raised and maybe that I don't understand. However, these beliefs were just very out there for me. Do you feel like that happened in the past when like women would eat the brain and then they would become more defiant of the cow?
Okay, you see, because we are Maswati, we are people of beliefs. That's why I've said before that if maybe in the home an animal has been slaughtered, it can be a goat or a cow, whereby the head and the feet were being eaten by the boys or the men, not the women, because they believe that once a woman eat the brain, she will become more intelligent than the husband. Even the women were also not allowed even to eat the tongue, because they believe that once they eat the tongue, they will become more talkative and disrespect the husband. Whereby even the women were also prohibited from eating the feet, because they believed that once they eat the feet, they will run away, leave the husband. It was their belief, because we are people of beliefs.
The cultural beliefs. Okay, thank you. And he did emphasize that some of the beliefs that they believed were in the past, but current day it is more modernized, and women do advocate for equal rights and to have their own jobs and to go to their own schools and stuff like that. I'm not here to cast judgment on a culture or to, look down on a culture, but I just thanked him for sharing his culture, sharing his history and traditions, and I moved on, even though obviously I'm glad that it's not practiced present day, because that's a little out there for me. I'm not going to lie. But the cultural village was an amazing opportunity. I even got to try some of their traditional foods at the restaurant, and it was very delicious. So I feel like after I left the cultural village, I got a well-rounded introduction into Eswatini culture, into Swazi culture. I ended up getting my driver to drive me to Shula, to go to Shula Mountain Camp. Good morning, guys. So I just woke up. It's 5:30 in the morning, and I rushed out of my room to try to catch the sunrise, but it is way too foggy, and I actually believe that we are on the west, so I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. I should have checked the direction that we were facing, but it's okay because it's still a beautiful morning. And I'm still enjoying this gorgeous view and enjoying the sky getting brighter as I enjoy this view. So I'm just going to enjoy this view and sit down and relax for like 30 minutes before I have to get ready. Breakfast is in 3 hours. And then I have another tour, and then I'm going to be getting public transportation to Maputo, Mozambique. So I'm a little bit excited and nervous to go to Mozambique because I get to practice my Portuguese for the first time in a month. This is going to be my first time speaking Portuguese in probably 2 or 3 weeks, and it's going to be African Portuguese. I speak Brazilian Portuguese, so we're just going to see how it all works out. Brought my little lamp, but I didn't even really need it. So guys, I just ate a delicious breakfast, and now I am just trying to go on a little walk to walk it off. So
She's greeting you. She's saying, "How are you, Sawbo?" Hello.
Nima pila.
Hello. Say yebo.
Yebo.
Yebo koko. Just because
Yebo
the status
koko.
is grandma.
Okay.
Yebo koko.
Yebo ko.
Nami ngiyaphila.
She's saying, "I'm also fine."
Ngijabula kakhulu nakubona abantu baqhamuka khashana emazweni. Ngijabula kakhulu.
She's saying, "I'm so much happy just to receive you guys as guests, and you are coming from far away."
Yes. Yebo.
Yebo koko yabonga. Yes. She's saying, "I'm also grateful." So now you can ask anything you want about the lifestyle of Eswatini.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Anything you want.
What's her favorite food?
Bathi kudla kwakho lokuthenza gogo kuyini?
Ya ngithanda ipalishi ngikhanza lapha eCovid. Bese ngithi kunemshini lapha ngaya khona lapha ebalini ngithi.
Yes. So she's saying her favorite food is just pap.
Coco.
And she's just rehearsing on how she's making the pap. So there is a machine of grinding the maize. So she's just saying, "I'm just using the machine just to
make her
grind the
favorite
maize."
food.
Yes, just to get the maize flour or meal.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
hopefully we're gonna also experience how they are just grinding
Yes.
the maize.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can ask any.
Okay.
Sivakashele kaShula camp.
So she's just asking, have you visited us here at Shula Mountain Camp?
No, it's my first time.
Oh, silanga lakhe lekuqala gogo. Lekuvakasha.
Oh, la.
Yebo
Yes.
gogo.
Tobona simunye uboye Mozambique.
She's just saying you came to see our good view at
Yes.
Simunye, also at the good view of Mozambique.
Mozambique, yes. I'm going to Maputo tomorrow.
Uthi kusasa uya eMaputo. So you can also take there.
Kuyini ke lo?
She's asking, of what is this one?
Oh, a camera. Yes.
Camera gogo.
See
Workshoot.
your reflection.
Hawu.
When this video.
Ukutangishotha njengani?
Yes, gogo.
Hawu.
She's asking if is this one going to capture me?
Oh,
Is this
yes.
going to record
Yes,
me?
She wants a video.
She's
wants
saying
a
now,
video.
I'm now afraid. Yebo mage unja.
Okay, to like elders.
Yes,
Okay,
yebo mage.
Yebo mage.
Yes, when you say yebo, you say yes, ma'am.
Okay,
How
yebo
are
mage.
yebo mage unja?
Emma, ikule photograph ngathi.
She's just
Ikule
asking to
photograph.
They go to church one time a week on Sunday.
Yes, on Sundays.
that's
Yes,
good, that's
usually they used to go on Sundays, but when there are some night vigils, so they wanna partake. It's either Friday at the evening, also Saturday at the
Okay,
evening.
Fridays,
Depending,
okay.
yes, it depends.
And how many kids does she have?
Bantwana basibangaqoqo la khaya lo nabo nje.
Like
Ngelinani,
sinze sandla.
they are 10.
Okay,
Which means
10.
she's just saying singile sandla lesi.
5 together.
So
right?
you know we are calculating using the fingers.
Yes, so 5 and 5.
Yes, she's saying she's even having the granddaughters of
Okay. So she's including
Yeah.
the grandchildren.
Yes, it's
Okay.
just an extended family just
10.
because you saw this one is auntie.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
She's the
awesome.
breadwinner of this family. Of
That's
Sifunza family.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Funza.
Yes. So her husband passed away in the last years.
Okay.
So grandma was born in 1940, as you can see. So now she's just 83 years old, if I'm not lying.
She looks 50.
But buka ngasina 50 kukubuka kumncane.
Yes, she does.
So this one was born after the Second World War
Oh,
in
wow.
1940.
Okay, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Mago akukhona.
Is your mother still present?
Yes, my mother was never present in my life. My mother wasn't in my life, but she's still alive.
She's still alive.
Yes.
But solo uyaphila ko.
Oh, siyabonga.
Which means when you say solo uyaphila, which means she's still alive.
Yes, she's still alive.
Yes.
Siyabonga.
She's saying
Yeah.
siyabonga. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Mina kude sengasala nje.
She's saying now for me, I don't have parents and I'm living alone. I'm just like me. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's just the head of the family.
Okay.
So you can ask any questions. So if there are no questions, we will go there at the Petani to see.
What is her favorite thing to do for fun?
But yini into lo famisa mangabe nje ukujabulisa koko utihlekisa kutichaza unofamisa kwendani wena koko
Ngiyajabula nangithola inyama. Ngipheke kahle kudla kwami.
Yes, she's saying she loves to cook meat when she's having
Manje
meat.
lokho angikudli.
Very well. Yes,
And the chicken.
And she's saying I'm not eating this one. Which means this chicken, she's not eating the chicken, but beef, porky, maybe some other meat. But this one, she's
It's a
not
pet?
taking it.
Or just not yet? Is it a pet? Or she's just waiting to eat it?
No,
Or she
she's
just doesn't
saying
eat
she
chicken.
doesn't. She doesn't.
Oh, she doesn't eat chicken. Okay,
Yes,
I
she
understand. Okay.
So now we are heading to the Sifunza family. Where we are going now, it's just a Sifunza family.
Okay.
So they are
I went to a Sangoma just to learn more about their spirituality. I didn't know what to expect. I thought that I was just going to be kind of chatting with the Sangoma and learning more about the African traditional religions in Southern Africa. But little did I know, I was actually there to get a spiritual reading. I didn't know that she was going to be reading my energy.
We have to sleep on a mat. Njani vele gogo?
Siphilile gogo njani?
Ngizela singaphilile nathi.
Tawana, Johnny.
So we are just passing the greetings to this one we just call Grandma Gogo just because she received the spirits.
Okay.
Yeah. Yebo. Hayi ungamoda lokusuka phi sengaqala umsebenzi umvusele nje.
Hayi mina ngidawukhuluma leSwatini nami interpreted.
Yes, is now wena njalo thina. Khululeka midini. So ungamvusela nje umuntu ukuthi usuka phi kanjani.
So she's gonna greet you and ask you where you're coming from. And we're gonna interpret for you.
Okay.
Thokoza gogo njani?
Nimaphila njani?
Ya siyaphila nathi.
United States of America. That's right.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, so America.
Yes, America.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Then akahlali. What did you Yes. Angat noma sitawufana nendawo khona kumhumshela.
Yes, combination.
Nawe uyakhawela ndoda mangivo sithi khawela njani.
Ngamhlonda ngawufetha imali usuyiveta.
Khona inde kunye leningakutho okusala ngogogo la. Khona kunye leningavela.
Sesingabuda. Oh, listen.
I have the utmost respect for them, but I don't feel like she was 100% accurate. And then I also started thinking, like, is this just a tourist attraction? Like, I'm sure that she really is a Sangoma, but I also kind of felt like it was catered to tourists. And the spiritual reading that I got was kind of like a tourist attraction rather than like a genuine connection. You know what I mean? But my favorite part of this interaction was when I was able to walk around the village. I got a village tour in Shula, and my tour guide actually took me to his home. I met his grandmother, his grandparents, his mother, his brothers, his sisters, his cousins, and I was so honored and grateful to be accepted into their family home, their family compound, and just see how everyday village life went for them. I also learned local song and dance, which was an amazing experience. His grandmother was I believe it's called a priestess or maybe the queen of the village. And she was able to show me their traditional clothing and garments. She got dressed for me in their traditional garments.
Fitting them well. Also, we are having this white ring. This one is just a ring, just to indicate to other men that I'm now a full married woman. Also, we are having these cells just for decorating herself. They are looking very nice.
Yes.
Also, we are having this one. This one is just a steering pin for steering when you are cooking. But it is also used when we are dancing. Grandma is asking if where are you coming from?
The United States.
The United States, Emily. So we are also having this one as a shield. So a shield here in Eswatini, it is just for harmony. It was also used by soldiers during the Second World War, just to prevent themselves from arrows, from spears, also spears. So when someone is just putting the spear, so you can hide yourself, you can also hide your body. But this one is not the one. So this one is just a rehearsal of the one. That one that is used by men is just bigger than this one. It is big enough than this one. So this one is just used by the women just for decorating when they are dancing.
Okay.
So this one is a full married Swazi woman. Not everyone is allowed to wear this one. This was traditional attire. So she's the fully married, and this one is usually kept on the right hand, then on the left hand you can carry. It's either a horn or something for decorating. It can be a steering pin or a stick.
Okay.
So grandma now is going to dance for you.
Buhamba bemuka naye. Buhamba bemuka naye. Lapha. Buhamba bemuka naye. Buhamba bemuka naye. You see, so they are all going to come together when I'm dead. Maseng feel when I'm dead. Gufa is to die. Maseng feel ba yo pelele tendel. Maseng feel ba yo pelele tendel.
Yes. Wow. And it was an honor to be able to even be a part of that experience. So Shula was definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity experience that I will never forget. And again, it is so unique. Many people will not even be able to say that they've ever even been there. And it's just literally a mountain camp on the mountains of Eswatini. And it was a very unique and special experience to me. I do think that it was my favorite part of Eswatini. So this was basically the gist of my overall experience in Eswatini afterwards. The border to Mozambique was about an hour away from Shula Mountain Camp, which is also another reason why I was just like, okay, if I'm going to the border, I might as well stop by Shula. So that's another reason why I went to Shula. So after my experience in Shula was over, I went to the border of Mozambique the next day so that I could continue on my backpacking journey through Southern Africa. So now let's get into the pros and the cons. I'm going to start with the pros. The pros for me traveling through Eswatini, especially as a solo traveling woman, was that the people were genuinely kind and helpful. I really felt, taken care of, and I felt the hospitality that people showed me, and I'm grateful for the experience. Also, the beautiful nature. I went to my first safari, which was a crazy, incredible experience. Even the everyday nature that you see just walking down the street is amazing. Even when my driver was taking me to Hlane National Park, we saw giraffes on the side of the road, which is just something that I'm not used to, okay? We don't just walk around seeing giraffes on the side of the road. So that was an amazing experience also. And just the overall mountains and the greenery and the lushness of the country is just so rich. And I genuinely enjoyed the beautiful nature that the country had to offer. And for the cons, I would just say that it is a harder country to navigate when it comes to tourism. Like I said, it was hard to even find a driver. I was searching online weeks before my trip there to see if I could book a driver, to see if I could book a tour guide, to see if I could book some type of trips or tours or experience. And I couldn't find anything online. Like, it was very difficult. I was emailing people. I didn't get an email back. It's very hard to navigate and to find things to do as a tourist. So that is the biggest con for me. And also, the expensive transportation. Like I said, I had to hire a personal driver because I wasn't able to really figure out their local transportation system. So the driver was extremely expensive. I was only in Eswatini for about 4 days, and I spent over $200 on a private driver. Now, granted, he was driving me places that were hours away, so I wanted to pay him for his time and such, but nevertheless, I've still paid over 200, literally hundreds of dollars for a private driver in Eswatini because it was just a very hard place to navigate, unfortunately. So those are the only cons for me, which these are things that, are easy hurdles to get over. I would still highly recommend it. It was still an amazing, life-changing experience. But these are just the things that I noticed that made it hard for me to really, have a smooth as possible, experience in Eswatini. Now, moving on to would I live here? Personally, I don't think Eswatini is the country for me to settle down permanently because there is a language barrier. I did learn a little bit of isiZulu, but I haven't learned any isiSwazi, I believe it's called. And there is a big language barrier, especially on like a daily basis if you want to go about doing things and maybe even doing entrepreneurship and opening your business or even just feeling like you're a part of the local community. The language barrier is a big factor. Also, limited opportunities. A lot of people are leaving Eswatini looking for opportunities in South Africa or elsewhere. So there is some limited opportunities in Eswatini. So I don't think that it would be the best location for me to settle down permanently, just due to the difficulty of just the navigation, the language barrier, and the limited opportunities. But I thoroughly enjoyed my experience there. I highly recommend it, especially for a vacation, especially if you're already in South Africa. It's only about a 5-hour drive from Johannesburg. So I highly recommend it because it is one of a kind and it is truly beautiful. It's a beautiful nature country. So final thoughts. I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Eswatini. I'm honored that I was accepted the way that I was accepted. I'm honored for the experience that I had and to see so much nature. That was my first African safari. That was my first experience, going to a hut that, a very just rural hut that didn't have any electricity or anything. And it was just honestly a gorgeous, gorgeous country. And it's a very unique experience. Not a lot of people can say that they've been to Swaziland. Not a lot of people can say that they've been to a safari, a national park, a mountain camp, in Swazi. So it is a very unique and beautiful and amazing experience. So I highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.